I was told that I'm supposed to give the graduation address. I find that kind of funny, just because it looks like everybody's already here. But I guess they want me to say the address to you guys. It's the Marriott Hotel, 15 Days, 1633 Bayshore Drive, Florida. One on me, I think, just in case. Oh, perfect. I got this. We're good. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. So, anyone who's been alive for longer than even 5 minutes probably realizes that this world is changing, and it's changing fast. BlackBerry phones don't exist unless you're Monica, our newly graduated school. Monica, you don't have to wait a week to see the next episode of your favorite show. And all of us graduating probably won't be able to afford a house, so I hope all of you parents are able to back in. And now there's robots, but more specifically, artificial intelligence. And it seems to be everywhere. This entire speech was actually written using ChatGPT. That's actually a lot, because it would be better than what I wrote. So. But what keeps getting repeated over and over again is that artificial intelligence is going to replace our jobs, and soon. Especially you radiology, I'm sorry. So this idea has been floating around in my head for at least the last few weeks. Thinking now that I finally have a chance to practice medicine as an attending, and I've been kicked out by a computer, but I think we all have job security, and let me tell you why. Artificial intelligence is probably just as smart, if not smarter than all of us. Have I convinced you guys yet? But that's just the thing. It's artificial intelligence. Not artificial compassion, artificial pain, empathy, innovation, love. It's only one aspect of the likely 100 layers of the job we do on a daily basis. It hasn't felt the pain or fatigue our patients have felt, or can sympathize with the disbelief of a parent if the diagnosis their child has received is true. It hasn't felt the joy of cancer remission or a successful surgery. More so, as complex as medicine has become, it falls short of the intricacy and mystery of the human body. The certainty of the inevitable that will come to all of us one day is not and cannot be thwarted by a computer. And so while we aim, we fight to give those we care for every last second. It is so they may experience what it is to be human, to be held, moved by music, to go on one more trip, to smile, to let each breath in and out declare they are unique and love's creation. There is a line from a song that I love, and it's short, but it's beautiful. How rare and beautiful it is to even exist. The patient, the person before us who we treat, is an unrepeatable individual who will never be again. The events that have shaped them are not contained in any body of data. A disease and the ability to treat is a replicable event. However, the person who we are charged with caring for is everything but replicable. And so without understanding that no body of data could hold the subtleties of what makes our patients who they are, we can never adequately care for them in all aspects. Let me share a story with you. When I was a young second-year resident, I picked up caring for a patient for just one day. His name was Michael. He was about 10 years old and he had terminal cancer. Things weren't looking too bright for him. Statistics would tell me to optimize his pain regimen, be sure he was without nausea, and ensure his family could be comfortable as his last days approached. I walked in his room, knowing well that his prognosis offered him no reason to smile. His face was puffy from the multiple courses of steroids, and he barely looked up as I began assessing him. I asked him how he was, and he barely muffled up a response. I saw they had the Barcelona soccer game on, and asked if he was a Barcelona fan. He said he was, and a big Messi fan. I then asked if he was excited for the El Clasico game that was coming up in a few weeks. Wherever it was to come, he said he wasn't quite sure if he'd see the game. I realized the insensitivity of my question and realized he was right, he probably wouldn't. But in that moment, he stirred down my intelligence but my heart. Intelligence had nothing more to offer him. But I, as his doctor, as a human who can feel, understood that there are intangible aspects of the boy before me that could never be contained in a chart. And so I got to my desk and emailed the random info@barcelona.com Michael story to see if they could give him just a hint of joy. Maybe a video call or something of the sort. It was a shot in the dark. A day later, I got back a request for the hospital mailing address so they could send a package to Michael. I was thinking by the time a package arrived from Barcelona, he would be gone. I got a call just one day later that there was a package in the Residency's office. It was an overnight package from Spain. In that box was a number 10 jersey, Messi's jersey. And on it was written an autograph by the legend himself, for Michael. Touched by his story, Messi had gotten a jersey to a boy thousands of miles away. I brought it to his room, and the joy on that little boy's face is something that no medication could ever offer. Though he never saw the game, he knew he was still part of his world, that he he was cared for. That illness could only affect who he was to a degree, only his body. But what truly made Michael who he was left untouched. This job is about so much more than surgeries, medications, or vital signs. And so with that I say, that as we embark on our job as attendings, do what AI could never do. Utilize your knowledge of what it means to be human and integrate that into your day-to-day practice. Have compassion, have empathy. See from another's perspective, be a part of your community, start a nonprofit, stay a few extra minutes in rooms to the non-medical aspects of your patients. Draw on the years of committed training and learning of medicine, but do not ever forget the individual encounters and experiences that no journal or book could ever hold. Pause every now and then and think about not how you do it, but why you do what you do every day. Ensure your job security and be real. Except you're a radiology, you're out of a job.